The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed to Sichuan province in the People's Republic of China and the city of Chengdu. You're watching Artistic Gymnastics Chengdu 2021, the 31st Summer World University Games. And this is going to be an absolutely spectacular day of competition in the great World University Games sport of artistic gymnastics that has been part of the game since the second edition in 1961. To be the best, you have to beat the best. And that is the challenge facing the host nation today. The People's Republic of China have never won the men's team title at the World University Games. But they are arguably the favourites based on the strength of their squad. But they will be taking on Japan, who have won this title 11 times. But it is anything but academic at these World University Games that Japan will defend their title, a title that they won also in 2015, 2017 and 2019. So 3 times in a row Japan has won this title. But the People's Republic of China, desperate to get their first ever men's team crown at the World University Games. Chengdu makes dreams come true. That is the slogan of these games. Will it be the case for the host nation? Will somebody else spring a surprise? Yes, everybody is focused on the rematch from the World Championships in Liverpool, where the People's Republic of China beat Japan to take World Championship gold. Well, the host nation is going to have to wait until the evening session to know whether they've done enough, because China go in this subdivision, Japan go in the final subdivision, which takes place about an hour after this one finishes. So, all they can do now, those young gentlemen, is go out there and give it their very finest, produce a score that is too much for Japan. It's going to be a long and exciting day, and it is an absolute pleasure to have your company. This is men's artistic gymnastics at Chengdu 2021. We're going to be bringing you not just the team final, but also men's qualification for the all-around and individual apparatus finals. Let's have a look at the contenders in this first subdivision of the day, but the third of 4 across a 2-day men's team final. First of all, the officials are being welcomed onto the field of play. Lots of young fans excited to see this competition, and lots of long-time fans of artistic gymnastics in China who have never seen their nation win this prestigious competition. The World University Games is hugely important in artistic gymnastics, particularly for the Japanese men's team. University sports is the lifeblood of gymnastics in Japan. If China manages to win the title today, it's going to be an enormous statement. We've got world and Olympic champions taking to the competition floor over the next several hours. Hope you're looking forward to it. Let's look at the contenders. We start with Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. They'll be working around the apparatus together. We have teams paired. 3 from Uzbekistan, 5 from Kazakhstan. I'll explain the rules of the team competition in just a moment, but let's have a look at the contenders. From Uzbekistan, Ravshan Kamiljanov, Rustambek Nemetov and Asadbek Azamov. Kazakhstan have Nariman Kurbanov, Ilyas Azizov, Milad Karimi, Dias Toishbek and Dmitry Patanin. Many of the Kazakhstan team took a bronze medal at the Asian Championships in Singapore very recently, the best ever results for Kazakhstan at the Asian Championships in the team competition. Next we have the team from Switzerland and just one representative from Iran. Representing the Swiss, we have Dominik Tamsel, Sahar Sahani, Tim Randiger, Marco Pfil and Ian Raubal. And we also have Mahdi Ahmad Kohani, a still ring specialist from the Islamic Republic of Iran. Very nice gymnast on that particular apparatus. He will be, fortunately for him, not waiting a long time to begin his competition because Switzerland and Iran begin on the ring, so he'll have his work done very soon. And we have Austria and the host nation, the People's Republic of China. They are so determined to win this title, and what a squad they brought with them, goodness me. This is the A-team, no question. Let's start with the Austrians, Manuel Arnold, Ricardo Rudi, Daniel Zander and Vincent Herk, along with Martin Nigic. And here is the host nation, Zhou Jingyuan, Lan Xingyu, Su Weide, Shi Cong and Zhang Boheng.
Look forward to the wonderful performances of the athletes.
We also have there in Vincent Herk, the silver medalist from the last World University Games in Napoli on the still rings. And so it is now time for the warm-ups to begin. This is what's coming up in Sub-Division 3, the first rotation. Austria and the People's Republic of China will begin on floor.
And the time of the warm-up for each group are 2 minutes.
So the Austrians will put 3 up on the floor. The rules of the team competition are as follows: 5 maximum in the team, 4 maximum competing, 3 scores will count. In the case of Uzbekistan, they only have 3 in their team, so all of their scores will count for every single rotation. For the Swiss, they're going to put 4 up on the rings, and they will be able to discard one of the scores. The weakest will automatically be deducted from their total. It doesn't mean that each nation, if they have 4 or 5 gymnasts, need to put 4 up on each piece, and a lot of the teams have chosen not to do that. They're just focusing on 3 athletes per apparatus, and that is the case for the Austrians on floor in their opening rotation. Naturally, Vincent Herk, as a ring specialist, won't perform on floor, and also Manuel Arnold, who is a pommel horse specialist in this competition, will not perform on floor. This is also qualification for the all-around final. The top 18 gentlemen will make it through to the final, which takes place in 2 days' time, on the 4th of August. And there is, as is standard in artistic gymnastics, a maximum of 2 gymnasts per country in all of the individual finals. So 2 per country in the all-around final, and also 2 per country in the apparatus finals. Those will all take place on the last day of artistic gymnastics, the 5th of August. All 10 apparatus finals in 1 day. And as is standard, 8 will make it through to the apparatus finals. I shall do my level best to keep you up to date with how the apparatus qualification and the all-around qualification is looking as we go throughout the day. And just to let you know that Fred Richard of the USA is currently the best all-around performer, ahead of Adam Asil of Turkey. We begin with Daniel Zander of the University of Innsbruck, representing Austria, the 22-year-old on floor. That was much more secure. Such a relief for the team when the opening gymnast is performing smoothly, as Zander is doing. And a big opportunity for him as a gymnast who has yet to compete at European or World Championship level. And this is a tidy opening from this young man. Just slightly compressed in the final tumbling pass as he came out of the twist position, but it's a good opening and I think he knows it as well, Daniel Zander. Let's have a look back at the work of this youngster. A small amount of leg bend in the pike position, and he's slightly over-rotated as he lands. His twisting on the whole is quite tidy. Doesn't have too much overlap of the legs at the ankles. Not enormous amplitude in his tumbling passes, but they're securely performed. And it was that final one where he took a little diagonal step, or more than a little, but it should score quite well. 13.166, Daniel Zander, the first score of this subdivision. It's the 10th best score that we've seen on floor. The top is Pau Jimenez of Spain. Lovely performance from him, scored 13.8 yesterday, ahead of his own teammate Nicolau Mir. So the Spaniards occupying the top two qualification places on floor. It's a split warm-up system, so we'll have the Austrians competing first, then there'll be a warm-up process for the Chinese gymnasts. So the crowd has to wait a little longer to see their gymnasts in action. A little pressure here early on Ravshan Kamilyanov from the Uzbek State University of Physical Education and Sport, because his teammate Asadbek Azimov scored 11 on the pommel horse. Can he produce a bigger score? So far, I was about to say so far he's clear over the apparatus, but when he turned facing it into the Wenderschwing position, then just lost the leg form, clipped the apparatus. That's a little better, quite a bit better. And he's building up nice speed in the Magyar Shivado sequence. Quite a good pirouette as well. Did well, considering that he had that form break when going from facing the rafters to facing the pommel horse. His university dates back to 1935, but gained full university status in 2018. A very proud moment for the Uzbek State University of Physical Education and Sports. Very good effort to stay on. Could easily have hemorrhaged a full mark. His sporting hero is the great Michael Phelps. He's very interested in lots of different sporting disciplines. Ravshan Kamiljanov, he'll probably enjoy hugely being at this event and would like to take the chance to go and see some sport when he's not competing. Just exchanged a high five with Milad Karimi of Kazakhstan. 13.7, that's a good score for Kamiljanov. 8 for execution, so that's of great use for the Uzbekistan team. As I mentioned earlier, all of their scores will count in every rotation. They won't have any opportunity to discard anything. Swiss team starting on the rings. From Pennsylvania State University, Ian Raubal, biomedical engineering student, due to graduate in 2026, and he is one of the all-arounders in the Swiss team, along with Sahar Sahani. A lot of effort to hold that Maltese, just about held it for the requisite seconds, I think. Little leg raise in the Maltese. He started just slightly short of horizontal and had to bring the legs up to adjust. Flickering in the handstand, but he's holding it well. Lovely Jonasson. Very pretty. It's a difficult move to go up into handstand, extend the arms like that against your own body weight. Good dismount too. What a nice gymnast Ian Raubal is. And he's got his best work to come later. He's very strong on the parallel bars and the horizontal bar. I mean, frankly, if you are attending Pennsylvania State University in the men's gymnastics team, you're not going to be too shabby. It's a fabulous American collegiate team. He's been very reliable in his university competitions. And that was the impressive rise up into handstand. Biceps doing so much work. And didn't he dismount nicely? Swiss team loving it, watching on. Big roar from them. 13.6, what a nice execution score of 8.3 from Ian Raubal. Last moments of visualization, so crucial to elite athletes before the muscle memory kicks in. Samir Sahani of the Swiss Federal Institute of Sport, and the brother of Sahar Sahani, international gymnast. Getting big encouragement from his teammates to hold those strength moves. 24-year-old. Ooh, little compression in the biceps, well done to go back up to handstand. Lose some tense for it. Jonasson to Yanomaki was slightly impeded by a little yawing of the rings. He's got a lot of movement to deal with. But he's done well, Sahar Sahani. You can't rule out a team like the Swiss in a competition of this nature. They're full of very steady gymnasts by and large who might not produce enormous numbers, but they will be pretty reliable. From an execution standpoint, it is likely going to be a touch lower than that of Ian Raubal, and before that Dominic Tamzel. I'll come back to his performance in just a moment. Tamzel scored 13.2, so they'll be hoping to discard the 12.633 for Marco Friel. Meanwhile, Austria 39.265 on floor, first rotation done. Best score for them was Daniel Sander, 13.166. Uzbekistan 35.866 on pommel horse, best for them by some way. Ravshan Kamiljanov 13.7. The other scores were both in the 11s, low 11s. 13.566 for Samir Sahani. His routine the most difficult of all of the Swiss athletes, and it turns out to be the second best score, so they do discard that 12.633 from Friel for a total of 40.366. Nice beginning from the Swiss. Now then, the People's Republic of China warming up on floor. Kazakhstan on the pommel horse, where the last to go will be Nariman Kurbanov, a gentleman who was fourth at the last World Championships and the one before, but he's just won the Asian title. We'll see Mahdi Ahmad Kohani of Iran on the rings, the only bit of activity from him. He's had a good season, winning a couple of silver medals in the World Cup events. He actually attends one of the largest universities in the world, Mahdi Ahmad Kohani, which we'll come back to. Yes, quite a few fans has Zhang Boheng, the all-around world champion in Kitakyushu in Japan. And people are just so excited for all of these Zhang Hashimoto Daiki rematches. It's such a luxury to get to watch them and enjoy them. Should just say Kazakhstan, as well as Nariman Kurbanov, have Ilyas Azizov on pommel horse, so they've got a couple of real specialists to take to that apparatus. They've been doing some lovely training in pommel horse gymnastics in Kazakhstan for a number of years. And as for Iran, it's just one athlete here. They did initially enter a couple of vaulters who didn't make it into the final roster. But we've seen some very exciting gymnastics from the Iranians on World Cup level competitions this season. Mahdi Ahmad Kohani of the Islamic Azad University. It is the 6th largest university in the world, 1 million plus students, 900,000 of which are undergraduates. There are 54,000 academic staff. It's an enormous place. 31 universities all across the country. Very good Maltese with finger point. Yamawaki going into a planche that Looks quite steady. He's got nice toe point as well there. Super level shoulders in the iron cross. Jonasson opens out from the pike position into another nice iron cross. He makes it look quite effortless. Oh, that's a problem though. From the Jonasson going up into the handstand, a reset required for Mahdi Ahmad Kohani. His dismount, however, is tremendous. That is going to score well, very well. What a shame he had that little loss of kineticism going up into the handstand. The best score that we've seen on the ring so far, Nikita Simonov of Azerbaijan, better than the world champion Adam Asil of Turkey, 14.966. He will absolutely, Mahdi Ahmad Kohani, be aiming for the rings final and believing he should be in it. Very good dismount. Let us have a look for the first time at the People's Republic of China. This is Su Weide of Beijing Sport University. Well, that's a nervous beginning. And that means for the Chinese that they have to make the next 3 routines count, because they will absolutely want this to be the discarded score. Getting better though, much better. He won the bronze medal, Su, at the Asian Championships in Singapore, and was the runner-up on floor at last year's National Championships. Well, he does finish well. For the most part, it was a strong performance from Su Weide. He has come along massively as a gymnast in the last couple of years. 14.6, that will do nicely for Mahdi Ahmad Kohani. That's got him right up there in currently a qualification berth for the rings final. It's the 3rd best that we've seen, ahead of the reigning world university champion Arta Avatisyan. Just a little under-rotated coming out of the tuck position, hence sitting it down. Gets good amplitude twisting, nicely bringing the arms close into the chest for an overall sense of tidiness in flight. Same for his tucked twisting work. It still is going to score well. 13.2, it's a very difficult routine. 5.7. Before that, Lan Xingyu, 13.466. Now to a big performance. Zhang Boheng of Henan Normal University in Changsha, and the silver medalist at the last World Championships. He was a little low in that landing, but held it with great strength. Oh, it's lovely twisting, just beautiful. Heavy landings, little to deduct. That is very rapid. Those Wendeschwings were so tidily performed. Silky smooth into the handstand. Sets himself for a big conclusion to his first routine of the competition. And that will do the trick. Zhang Boheng of the People's Republic of China. Physical education, the student at the first independent teachers college in the People's Republic of China, founded in 1938. This is very impressive. Coming out of the pike position, he was low, bordering on supine. Got up from a squat position, making it look actually quite effortless. And that's where that aforementioned muscle memory kicks in.
The athletes.
14.4 for Zhang Boheng, big number. Easily the best that we've seen on floor. And a most useful score for the People's Republic of China, because Japan, coming in the next subdivision, have got some big scorers on floor too. The United States of America were the top performers in the competition yesterday, so they are the overnight leaders, and what is necessary to go beyond the USA is an average of 13.7 per performance. It's a little crude as a metric because gymnastics obviously is a little more nuanced than that, a lot more nuanced than that, but a 41.06 beyond that per round, per rotation, would take you above the USA. They had a very good day yesterday. But for those of you who are new to watching artistic gymnastics, that idea of a 13.7, just treat with a little caution, because the scores, for example, on this apparatus, pommel horse, unless you're a specialist like him, don't tend to be anything like they will be on vault for the men. However, this is somebody who's capable of a massive number on pommel horse. Nariman Kurbanov of Kazakhstan, the Asian champion from a couple of months ago. He's got such a lovely line. The body is very straight. The hand placement is crisp. And it's difficult as well. Those heels are glued together. Lovely single pommel work. All that, oh goodness! Well, he's managed it, he has managed it. A bit of relief for Nariman Kurbanov. I thought for a moment he was going to lose that handstand, and that was not a million miles away from being a total full mark deduction. But it still will score well, very well. Love the way he travels across the apparatus in the Wendeschwings. That straightness of the body position and almost no loss of leg form. But there, the core strength needed to go from the straddle position into the handstand. Best pommel horse score so far, Gugik Kachikian, 13.766. He did have a fall from the apparatus, so the expectation would be that Nariman Kurbanov will go quite beyond that. He's somebody who is capable of a score that begins with a 15. Graduate of the Kazakh Academy of Sport and Tourism, now a law student at Al-Farabi National University in Almaty, the top-rated university in Kazakhstan, founded in the 1930s. 41.732 for the People's Republic of China on floor. So just to remind you, 41.06 was the average for the USA across their 6 rotations. So that gives you an idea of how well China has started. Crucial for them was Shi Tsong, who scored 13.866 on floor after Zhang Boheng. That means for China that the mark of Su Weide will not be counted. 14.433, Nariman Kurbanov. That will probably be sufficient for a place in the final. And he can do a lot more. Kurbanov was the runner-up at the World University Games in Napoli. This is the really important performance from Shi Tsong of the Nanjing Sports Institute. You'll see why. Isn't that wonderful? He's so tightly wrapped in the front up position. His pike is lovely as well. Minimal knee bend. Form was not quite as precise there, but looking across the 4 performances on floor from the People's Republic of China, although this was the lowest in terms of difficulty, there's no doubt that it was the crispest in terms of its delivery. That's as good a move into handstand as you'll see. He was the silver medalist at the National Championships in the all-around competition in May in Jinan. Big performance from Shi Tsong. 13.866, it allows them to discard Su Weide's score. So that fall not counting. People's Republic of China ahead of Kazakhstan, ahead of Switzerland. So the USA, the overnight leaders after 2 subdivisions, 5th. As things stand, what we're doing here is showing you all of the teams that competed yesterday, allied with the teams competing today, as though they were all competing at the same time. So we'll be bringing you not the USA's total score until the end. We'll put it in real terms so that you can see how everyone's performing on a rotation by rotation basis. But don't get yourself too worried if you can't see the USA, Turkey and Spain, because they have all done their work. Now Austria will draw upon Manuel Arnold on the pommel horse. Over on the rings, Uzbekistan. The first time that we have seen the vault used, as we just have 3 pairs of teams going round. So Switzerland will take to the vaulting table. None of their gymnasts were scheduled to be undertaking 2 vaults, but we have had the odd change from the intended order, or the details provided by the national federations to the technical committee. Particularly Croatia yesterday, they sprung a few surprises. A few Swiss fans and family watching. This is Marco Pfil. Quite securely performed there from Marco Pfil, not enormous difficulty, but secure. He's another of the athletes at the Swiss Federal Institute of Sports. Before that, a product of the United School of Sports in Zurich. So he really has spent so much of his life embedded in the hybrid world of educational institutions that are designed for elite athletes. Good start from the Swiss, 3rd place after the rings. He's a little piked as he lands, but it's not a big problem. 13.766. Let's go again. Ian Raubal from Pennsylvania State University in the USA. But the runner-up in the all-round competition at the National Championships last year. He was born in Fallanden in Zurich. Same vault as we saw from Marco Pfil. That's better executed, no question. Crowd loved it, and they're right to love it. That will probably get into the 9s from an execution perspective. Manuel Arnold of the University of Innsbruck, his home city. This is the only time we're due to see him. He's looking okay so far. Quite high, a little too high, unfortunately. Just as I was saying that he was looking all right, he had a slightly wild swing. Just got almost to a sideways point. Lost his angle on the apparatus. It's unfortunate because it's a nice routine. Manuel Arnold not able to stay on. And the Austrians have just had an 11.7 from Martin Migic. 13.966 for Ian Raubal. He does get into the 9s for execution. He's had a good beginning to his competition, Raubal.
The requirement score for Karini Nina, unchanged.
Over on the rings, the three from Uzbekistan. Ravshan Kamiljanov, nice beginning on pommel horse, 13.7. So we're looking at him from an all-around perspective as well as Uzbekistan's team campaign. Uzbekistan have produced 11.9 and 13.066 so far on the rings as he hits a nice straddle planche. Oh, that was elegant, wasn't it? Lovely move round into the L shape. He's got a little touch of finesse to him, young Ravshan Kamiljanov. He's battling to hold those handstands. Again, the way that he rescued it was actually quite graceful. Oh, light as a feather in the landing too. Very nice young gymnast. Promising. He must love the university that he attends because of his passion for so many different sports. Manuel Arnold, 12.6. Yes, there are 8 faculties in the university that Ravshan Kamiljanov attends, including the wonderfully named Faculty of Wrestling. Just look at this. Snap. Straight into the L shape. I think that's really stylish. And then from the Yamawaki, goes back into the half lever. That will be costly, the need to salvage the handstand. But if you are going to have to do that, do it in a way that's as graceful as him. Sort of gymnast who is well suited to things like parallel bars because of his ability to create a sense of clean lines and flow to his movement. Switzerland doing well on vault, 41.898. Their best score was actually from Tim Randiger, who we haven't seen yet. He did very well, the only 14 plus number. .733, not a particularly difficult routine. But that's okay. His execution, 8.233. So Uzbekistan, 36.699 on the rings. Daniel Zander of the University of Innsbruck, 22-year-old now on pommel horse after a 13.166 on floor. He's a little bent in the midsection, the knees slightly bent as well, but he's pirouetted tidily into the dismount. He imagines that will be a counting score for the Austrians. Vincent Hoek getting ready to do his one apparatus next as Austria heads to the rings. that the problematic moment, but he didn't let it impede his passage into the handstand and the pirouette. I'll be looking to discard the 11.7 that Martin Migic received on Pommel Horse, the Austrians. Now the host nation will take to the Pommel Horse. And how important Zhou Jingyuan could be. Beautiful performer on Pommel Horse and on parallel bars, and indeed on rings. And Kazakhstan will go to the rings. Suwede will not be performing on Pommel Horse. The gymnasts going for a place in the all-round final include him in the Chinese team, Shi Tsong, along with obviously Zhang Boheng and then Lan Xingyu. So realistic prospect of one of the Chinese missing out, finishing in the top 18, but not being able to participate due to the 2 per country rule. Similar fate might well before the Japanese. Yeah, 11.066 for Daniel Sander. So that actually is just slightly below the score of Martin Migic due to the 0.3 penalty. Well, actually due to the 0.3 penalty and the 0.3 lower difficulty. So much in a team final can be determined by the Pommel Horse rotation. This is it now for the People's Republic of China, and what a gymnast they have to get them started. Yes, he is the reigning world champion and Olympic champion on the parallel bars, but he is so much more than that. He is somebody that the Chinese team can rely upon by and large for very big scores. They know this is a big moment in their challenge to win the title for the first time. Zhou Jingyuan, and look at where he's from, Chengdu Sport University, right by the airport, founded in 1942. The beginning. The crowd is virtually silent watching this. This is very good. Oh, beautiful quick hand placement in the Wenderschwings. That's incredible. Magyar, Shivado, fluent, fabulous. Oh, wonderful. What a pirouette. What a display that was from Zhou Jingyuan. Just delightful gymnastics. He started well, very well. Didn't compete on floor, won't be vaulting. But that was extremely enjoyable to watch. Just imagine what is going through his mind. He lives in this city. Attends university here. Imagine to win a World University Games title for your country and for your university in that very city. It's a lot to bear. but that was a composed beginning. Seemed fully in control throughout. His clearance was always strong. And that move into the pirouette, there wasn't really any hesitation. He's such a master of high execution scores. Ilyas Azizov of the Kazakh Academy of Sport and Tourism, where he is an undergraduate in coaching and pedagogy. It was founded in 1944, the leading institute of its kind in Kazakhstan. Straddle planche well held. Yamawaki not fully tidy going into the straddle position, but he really displayed strength. Might have taken it out of him a little. What a good display that turned out to be from Ilyas Azizov. Kazakhstan have got realistic aspirations of getting onto the podium here as a team, and you consider how well they performed in Singapore at the Asian Championships. Lovely. 14.366. And it is a 9.066 for execution. George Nguyen in second place in pommel horse qualification. Looking back here at Ilyas Azizov. .533. Well executed, not huge though from a difficulty standpoint, but they did begin Kazakhstan with a 13.4 from Dmitry Patanin. Milad Karimi of the Kazakh Academy of Sport and Tourism, 24 and no stranger to the World University Games. He won the silver medal on the horizontal bar in Napoli. Generally a very good all-rounder. Handstand is secure. That was even better. Beautiful Yonason Yamawaki combination into the straddle position. There's a calmness to this display from Milad Karimi. That's very aesthetically pleasing from a gymnast who has such good technique. He has 16 medals on the World Cup circuit. He'll be finishing his qualification campaign and this team final on floor, where he will, one imagines, be hoping to get into the floor final. Excellent beginning from the all-around silver medalist at the last World Championships, Zhang Boheng. He started with 14.4 on floor, now he heads to the pommel horse. Just to remind you, this is the team final, but it is also the men's individual qualification round. Same sort of opening as we saw from Zhou Goes into well-controlled scissors. Oh, but he's had a big problem there. Unexpected considering how good the start was. Just came down too low. Really did clunk the side of the horse. He's still a little low here. That's much better. Very high in the Wendeschwings. And he's got his swingfulness back in the Magyar Shivado sequence. That really is good clearance, you know. Pirouettes well. 9/10 of an extremely good performance from Jang Bo-heng. That will be costly. 13.133 Milad Karimi's score on the rings. That will stand him in good stead from an all-around qualification perspective as Jang begins the debrief. I should just say that Shi Tsong has delivered again for the Chinese on pommel horse, just as he did on floor. I'll update you on the routines that we haven't seen when we get to the end of the rotation, but for now just a reminder of Jang Bo-heng's display. That certainly has given him a rather solemn expression. 39.066 for Kazakhstan on rings. .333. He would absolutely have been in contention for a place in the pommel horse final had it not been for that unintentional dismount. Lan Xingyu of Guangxi University, student of physical education, the oldest university in the Guangxi Autonomous Region. He'll be a big performer on rings in the next rotation. For now, he's getting the job done nicely on pommel horse. He's a little hiked, a little hunched in places, but he's very physically strong. He is absolutely attacking this. What a good performance that turned out to be from Lan Xingyu. What is so fascinating about this is that when you're a gymnast like Jang Bo-heng and you've come off the pommel horse, it's not a question of whether you've got a score that's big enough to make it into the all-around final. It might be whether your own teammates can surpass you and actually rule you out. He did, however, have a very good score on floor. The all-around silver medalist and 2021 all-around world champion. This was most impressive from Lan. He's got a few clear execution deductions here and there. .13.86 Lan Xingyu. This is very Very impressive from him. The second best score. Well, the People's Republic of China, 42.032 on pommel horse. Tim Randiger of Switzerland on vault. This was an important score for the Swiss. Let's just go back and catch up with him. Worth watching, wasn't it? Very nice vault. 5.2 difficulty, 14.166 the score for Randiger. That's Switzerland's best number. Song on the pommel horse. This was another important performance for the Chinese, meaning that Zhang Boheng's 13.333 does not count. He's been very dependable so far, Song. Just quietly establishing himself as a genuine contender for the all-around final. Smooth action, good Shivado particularly, and a nice pirouette to finish. 13.8 was the score for Song. So all of that leading to a very interesting second rotation. China ahead of the United States of America, Switzerland in third place. They're going very well at the moment. Just to remind you though that we do have more teams to come in the final subdivision number 4, including the 11-time Men's World University Games team champions. Japan will be there along with Chinese Taipei. We'll also have the Republic of Korea and Italy, along with Germany and Australia. So we have a lot of gymnastics before it's going to be close to confirming who is going to take this team title. Austria on the rings. That will be important from an apparatus perspective because Vincent Herc is going to be competing. Uzbekistan will now be vaulting, hoping to move up the standings a little. The Swiss have often produced lovely work on the parallel bars. Considering how well their competition is going, they should be looking forward to this rotation. And there is the man himself that we were just talking about, Vincent Herc, the silver medalist from Napoli in 2019. And a European Championship medalist as well the following year. Not easy for the young gymnasts from Uzbekistan because they don't have a moment's respite. With only 3 of them and all of the scores counting, the pressure is higher. Ravshan Kamajanov, the Uzbek State University of Physical Culture and Sports. Again, he demonstrates very good fundamental technique. That is always so nice to see, a young gymnast who's technically sound, more than sound. He's quite impressive to look at. It's good technically, but it's also quite elegant and graceful. If you're going to have lower difficulty, make the execution as crisp as he makes it. It's that simple. .333. Don't think there was any doubt that was going to score well into the 9s from an execution perspective. Asadbek Azimov, 22-year-old. He will be vaulting twice, and he won the silver medal on vault at the South Central Asian Championships in Dakar in 2021. Oh yes, hello. That is a good beginning. Roche powerfully performed. Handspring double front tucked. He really did go for this. His tuck position is a little on the straddled side. He's overcooked, which is in many ways a promising sign because it shows how much power he's generating, and he might be long-term looking to turn that into a Dragulescu to get the extra 4/10 of difficulty by adding in the half twist. Depending on what we see from the second vault, this is somebody who's in contention for a berth in the vault final. .14.133, nice beginning from Asadbek Azamov. Really needs this to be scoring in and around the 9s for execution because it is 4/10 lower than the difficulty of the previous efforts. And it should score quite well. Whether it's going to be enough will be a long wait for Asadbek Azamov. Now to Dominik Tamzel of the University of Applied Sciences. Electrical engineering student in Bern. And he has a sense of smoothness and control. Competition the Swiss are having. They are really enjoyable to watch. Dominik Tamzel, I think he knows that that was a really impressive beginning.
Tam 8 randa.
13.999 the average for Azamov. So he's in 4th place in vault qualification, just behind Adam Asil. Waiting for the score, Dominik Tamzel. His university is quite a small one, founded in 1997. It's very strong for architecture, woodcraft and civil engineering. Daniel Zander of the University of Innsbruck. Just about got that diagonal armed handstand. Form is not the tidiest in his swinging elements, but he's got a good line in the iron cross. And that handstand doesn't seem to pose him any issues at all. It was just a hint of leg separation as he went up into that handstand. These are only small features. That is not a small feature though, it's bigger. The adjustment required, but a good adjustment. And a good dismount, a very good dismount from Daniel Zander. Next up, it is going to be Vincent Herc. 14.1, Dominic Tamtel. Strong number there for the Swiss on parallel bars. That is the best that we've seen so far from anyone on the apparatus, ahead of Nicolas Mir by a single tenth. .166 on floor, 11.066 on pommel horse. And they're all going to be excited now, the Austrians, watching to see what Vincent Herc does. Not just massive for their team prospects, but it's huge for them as a country. If Vincent Herc can get into the rings final, if he can get another medal. 12.566, Daniel Zander. That will be a counting score. It's the best they've produced so far, but they'll be hoping for a lot more here. Vincent Herc of the University of Innsbruck, a graduate of mechatronics, a branch of engineering from a university founded initially as a Jesuit grammar school in 1562, but formally founded in 1669. Planche to Maltese. No problems. He does have an issue, just a small one with that handstand. Not with his Jonas and Yamawaki combination. Into the Maltese again. Another very good looking planche. Excellent cross. Beautiful handstand. If he gets this dismount right, he's absolutely in contention. Vincent Herc, stylishly performed from the gentleman who won the silver medal in Napoli at the last World University Games.
Thank you.
He's also a sports soldier as well as a university graduate. Very bright gentleman. And he's so hard working, Vincent Herc. It's been anything but a smooth process for him to get to the stage where he's one of the best still rings practitioners in the world. The reaction of a man who's optimistic about a place in the final. Uzbekistan, 41.032 on vault for Vincent Herc. I think it's not quite what he was hoping for. 14.466. But yes, he's in 6th position, Vincent Herc. And as a result, it might be difficult for him to get into that rings final. I can see why he's reacted as he has. He's only a 10th away from being in 4th position. That's how tight it is. wonder if he might put in a difficulty score inquiry just in case. Still a lot of gymnasts to go on the rings, to go on everything. I think nothing's going to happen immediately though, because there's some technical issue that needs to be dealt with. Ian Raubel on the parallel bars. Dominic Tamzel 14.1. Sahar Sahani 13.4 for the Swiss. And he has been winning collegiate competitions on the parallel bars, Ian Raubel. Certainly high expectations for what he can do there, but he does lose his form bit. He's got a very nice sharp snap into the handstand position. Straddle front somersault is high. Did well not to take any paces with the hands. Great finesse coming out of the twist. They are absolutely making a case for themselves, the Swiss, in this final. Still some very good teams to come in the next subdivision, but they're performing tidily. He really has benefited from so much collegiate competition, Ian Raubel. He's used to getting out there and doing this routine a lot. He'll be going to horizontal bar next, where he's also very experienced and very accomplished. Still one more left for the Swiss on parallel bars. That will be Marco Pfeil. (13.733). A score that will count, regardless of what we see from Marco Pfeil. Marco Pfeil of the Swiss Federal Institute of Sport on the parallel bars. He did get very close to making the parallel bars final at his home European Championships in Basel in 2021. Just slightly overarched, but controlled it nicely. Never a surprise to see Swiss gymnasts perform well on the parallel bars, and they have had another good rotation. That's 50% of a competition performed extremely well from the Swiss. Look back at the performance of Marco Pfeil. Really establishes a acute pike position, very acute. It gets the shins right up to his nose. How good will it be? The best for the Swiss so far, 13.733. That was from Rabel. Correction to that, 14.1 from Tamzel, actually slightly better. Now the People's Republic of China will go to the rings. Song will be the first to go. Very close to Zhang Boheng in terms of the all-around competition. Kazakhstan on vault. All of their gymnasts will be performing just the one vault. Georging Yuan. This will be the second of his 3 performances in the team final. If you're just joining the action, you're watching subdivision number 3 of 4 in the men's team final and also the men's individual qualification at the Chengdu 2021 World University Games, the delayed games. But it's been worth the wait. The arena here is absolutely delightful. It's in the Dong'an New Town. The arena is the Dong'an Lake Sports Park Multipurpose Gymnasium. 13.3, Marco Pfeil. So that is the score that the Swiss won't use. 41.233 on the parallel bars. We are seeing people performing beyond that level set by the USA yesterday of 41.06 per rotation. Zhang Boheng, who came off the pommel horse earlier, now will perform on the rings, trying to get his all-around credentials re-established. Giaz Stoishibek of Kazakhstan. 22-year-old, part of the team that won bronze at the Asian Championships. He made his World Cup debut early this season as well in Cairo, and that was a perfectly reasonable vault from a team that was buoyed so much by winning that bronze medal in Singapore. .9, yes, Stoishibek. Ilyas Azizov vaulting for Kazakhstan. Vaulting nicely too. Meanwhile, a big reaction from the home crowd. They're watching the People's Republic of China on the rings. We'll bring you an update on that in a moment or two. Lots about action to keep on top of here in Chengdu. Good central line in the vault from Azizov. Azizov is one of the gymnasts from Kazakhstan who's doing everything along with Milad Karimi. So looking for a place in the all-around final. .933, good execution score. Dmitry Patinin, based in Karaganda. That is a little more difficult. Kasanatsu 1.5 from what we've seen from his teammates. He's studying coaching at Karaganda State University, the second university founded in Kazakhstan in 1972. Karaganda is in the north-central region of Kazakhstan, named after the Karaganda bushes that are to be found in the region. What an opportunity for friends, family to come along and watch, especially for this young gymnast who is based in Chengdu. Chengdu Sport University's Zhao Jingyuan on the rings and on song so far. He was very impressive on pommel horse. That is a lovely handstand. He's virtually horizontal, and then to move round up into the planche, that is bordering on the gravity defying. Nice to see the cross with V position, first of those we've seen at these World University Games. Yamawaki, Jonasson, Maltese, effortless looking, anything but effortless though. This is just lovely. He really is a treat to watch. Zhao Jingyuan of the People's Republic of China. Wonderful performance. Well, that is such a special moment for the young man who lives in Chengdu. He's had a very short journey to work. Some different sort of work in that routine as well. It's how close he gets these arms to completely horizontal that's so impressive. And then this move through, not into a Maltese, but actually fully up into a planche. It is so counterintuitive to what the body wants to do. Well, all of the rings really are counterintuitive to what the body wants to do. Certainly doesn't want to do that, and how he does it, goodness only knows. To hit a V position with the iron cross already established. It's just very cultured gymnastics. Special moment, special performance. Guess who? Shi Song, by the way, has had another really good performance. More on him later. 14.933, yes indeed. Yes, indeed, from Zhou Jingyuan. Huge score, the second best we've seen, as Patanin gets a 14.2. Lan Xingyu of Guangxi University, physical education undergraduate. And we are seeing a very competitive quest for those two all-around spots from the three Chinese all-arounders here. This is a piece upon which he is brilliant. He did, after all, win the world title in 2021. Brilliant planche. It's a complicated routine. Oh, lovely handstand. That is magical, absolutely magical from Lan Xingyu. The three of them are really putting pressure on each other. Lan, Shi and Zhang. His control is phenomenal. There's such fluidity as he moves from position to position as well. How straight the shoulders are. Pretty well horizontal in the planche. Symmetrical in the Yamawaki. Smooth into the Maltese. That's the look of a contender right there. Such a good rotation from China on rings. Kazakhstan 42.366 on vault, their best so far. On the subject of things that are the best, 15.3. Lan Xingyu has gone into the lead on rings, and he really has produced a brilliant score to actually put some pressure on this gentleman. Zhang Boheng now takes to the rings. It's a stunning half an hour or so in terms of China's fortunes, this rotation. It's a very good Maltese cross from him. And again, really extending the feet, pointing the toes. Jonasson, Yamawaki, planche, a little wobbly, but he's all right. Just had to slightly battle for position. The control is back though. Very nice tight pike out into the iron cross. Sturdy handstand. Really needs a dismount that involves virtually no movement. And he gets it, he really does get it, Zhang Boheng. The student of Hunan Normal University in Changsha. Somebody from the Chinese team, these three, is going to miss out on a place in the all-around final, and it's going to be extremely hard for them to bear. But they are pushing each other to the absolute limit. He had some small moments of adjustment. They weren't big. But compared to Lan Xingyu, they were noticeable. But it's not exactly an easy act to follow, is it, going after Lan?
第三轮比赛结束，请轮换项目。
The third round conversation has concluded. Please proceed with the rotation of events.
14.833 for Zhang Boheng. And that is the fourth best score we've seen on rings. So 3 of the 4 best ring scores have all been Chinese. But Zhang won't be in the final for the rings because Lan and Zhou are ahead of him. But the People's Republic of China have had an excellent rotation, as we expected, on rings. That was such high quality to bring them to the halfway mark of their competition. In terms of the all-around competition, it really is quite tight between them. Let's have a look at Shi Tsong just to keep us fully up to date. Shi Tsong is one of the 3, along with Lan Xingyu and Zhang Boheng, who's going for a place in the all-around final for the Chinese. His display the same difficulty as his teammate Zhang, not as difficult by 4/10 as Lan. So in terms of the score with him and Zhang, it was always going to come down to the fine details of execution. A small handstand readjustment, and just look at this dismount. He takes a couple of paces back for 14.366, down by about half a mark in comparison to Zhang. So China well and truly ahead of the USA in this stage of the team competition, with one subdivision still to come. And I'll just tell you a little about the all-around qualification process. Lan Xingyu the best at the moment in this particular group. Zhang Boheng second best by less than a tenth, and Shi Tsong third best by about half a mark behind Zhang. And that was what we just saw there on the rings, that difference between them. Now the Swiss also are doing very well. Ian Raubal is the 4th best all-around performer in this rotation, so huge congratulations to him. A long way to go. Daniel Zander of the University of Innsbruck, the Austrian, with a vault that he should perform pretty securely. He was slightly low in terms of his landing, his amplitude. China will be next on vault after we've had the 3 Austrians, just 3 of them, no Vincent Herc and Manuel Arnold. 12.633, Daniel Sander. The reason you can hear all the oohing and ahhing is that the horizontal bar is in play for the first time. Martin Migic, another of the University of Innsbruck undergraduates. He's just 20. Good vault from the young man in the beautiful city of Klagenfurt in the far south of Austria by the Karawanken mountain range. Won a couple of medals at the national championships earlier this year. He has been working on developing the difficulty of his vaulting with good effect. And we're happy with the overall execution there from Martin Migic. Did well to get it round. Migic, along with Ricardo Rudi of Austria, going for all-around success, and Daniel Sander. Horizontal bar and Samir Sahani. Straight Kachev, his opening release move. This time the popular straddle to pike combination, connecting them. It's a good dismount. Overall, a promising display from the gymnast from Switzerland, Sahar Sahani. It's been great to see him re-emerge internationally after being part of that junior European Championship medal winning team in 2016. Martin Migic, 13.433 for his vault. The Kachev variations absolutely at the heart of this work from Sahar Sahani. And it was that straddle into the piked connected Kachev sequence that will get him a lot of difficulty. Dominic Tandl started with a score of 13.6 on the horizontal bar. The best we've seen a mark better than that. That was Fred Richard. Great young gymnast from the USA. He really impressed people yesterday. Super effort from Richard, the Pan American champion from last year, finishing ahead of the reigning European all-around champion. Austria completed on vault, 39.832. People's Republic of China coming up next on vault as the wait goes on for a delighted Sahar Sahani, who is obviously relishing being back at international level. Ravshan Kamiljanov from Uzbekistan on the parallel bars, where he has produced some very nice work domestically. Just losing the arm strength a little, but getting it back quickly. Just came out of that short of the handstand position, I think. Not that time, that was there. Oh, he very nearly went back on that landing. Ravshan Kamiljanov, quite a simple routine, as we would expect from somebody who's still developing his craft. 13.4, Sami Sahani.
Push! Yeah. Let's go!
Let's go indeed. The Swiss are having a good day. And they've got a good gymnast next as we look back at Ravshan Kamiljanov. A very good artist as well, Kamiljanov, a keen painter, musician as well. He writes song lyrics. Not the most comfortable of landings. It will cost several tenths. They are quite a young team, the men from Uzbekistan. 20 Kamiljanov, Nematov is 20, and Asadbek Azimov a couple of years older. And some of the competitors at these World University Games are up towards the 26-27 age bracket, and that is because the criteria for entering these games has been slightly altered due to the postponement of the original 2021 games. .833, Ravshan Kamiljanov, another well executed routine. Uzbekistan 36.199 on the parallel bars. And there's much excitement now in the building as China is preparing to begin its vault rotation. A chance to pick up some big numbers. Swiss have had a 13.6 from Dominic Tamsel and a 13.4 from Sahas Sahani. Waiting now for their opportunity. The leaders as things stand. The team attempting to win this title at the World University Games for the first time ever, but knowing that Japan will be along in the evening session to try to steal their thunder. Really is exciting, the rematch essentially of the World Championship team competition. Ian Raubal of Switzerland scored 13.133 on the horizontal bar. That leaves one competitor for the Swiss. It's Marco Pfeil. The 25-year-old did get very close to the horizontal bar final at the European Championships in Basel. Oh, but he's not got very close at all to what he was going for there. Unfortunate for Pfeil, he's off. And that means for the Swiss that they'll be counting that 13.133 from Raubal. Oh, it's so tough for those watching on. Thoroughly nice reaction there from the Chengdu crowd. and he gets real height in his first Kachev. And the straddle Kachev too. Very nice into the pike Kachev. Really distinctive in terms of the amplitude from field. Good pirouette. And a second. But once more, he's lost that handstand position, has to put in some empty swinging. Not the easiest of days for Marco Fier on the horizontal bar. With glimpses of fine work nonetheless. It's just those handstand positions that got the better of him a couple of times. Problem is, even if the gymnast does stay on, if they have to put in those sort of intermediary swings, it is hugely costly. Nonetheless, the Swiss will be taking 3 scores of 13 plus out of this rotation. And hopefully all is well for Marco Fiel, as now the Chinese begin their warm-up on vault. A chance to really add to their lead over the United States of America, to build up as big a cushion as possible, with Japan coming later in the day. Kazakhstan on parallel bars. Will be keeping an eye on Milad Karimi, who is hoping to get a place in the all-around final. And we shall see once again what the difference is between Lan, Zhang and Shi at the end of this rotation, with one of them destined to miss out on a place in their home all-around final. I'll leave you to argue amongst yourselves at home as to who you think it will be. I dare not attempt to predict it. So we're going to see some substantial difficulty from the People's Republic of China. This will be the most difficult vaulting that we've had yet. They're not just going for the team success, these gymnasts, it's about all-around qualification. Let us begin the People's Republic of China's vault rotation. Lan Xingyu. Well, that's a big beginning from him. He's a little wild on the landing, but the execution is mostly pretty strong. 5.6 difficulty vault, Kasamatsu double. Gets good amplitude, he's quite central. He's just not 100% round as he lands, and that is what leads to that slightly sidewards movement. Diagonal back step with the left leg. He was the best positioned of the three of them after the end of the last rotation, bringing us to the halfway stage. 14.433. Interesting. The execution not enormous. like-for-like comparison coming up here. Suwede of Beijing Sports University. Haven't seen him since floor. Oh, that's a good Lopez from him. Same vault, Kasamatsu double. Looks a lot tidier. The landing was more secure. He was more fully round, I would wager. The double twisting vaulted is difficult to get good alignment, but that is very good alignment. He's pretty well plumb round for the second time. He's keeping the toes quite pointed as well during the apex of the vault. Perhaps a little stronger from an execution standpoint. Yes, 14.6, just the 10th penalty for going out of bounds, with a 9.1 for execution. Zhang Boheng, second place of the three Chinese gymnasts going for all-around success. And that is very good. He does have a little after effect though, more than perhaps it initially seemed, but he knows it's a strong display. Another Kasamatsu double. Eric Lopez's eponymous vault. Good height, powerful twisting, well aligned. Just those tenths to come away for the landing. Might have got him back into play though, in terms of trying to go into the lead. So proud to be representing not just his country, but also his university, Hunan Normal University. Marco Field, 10.133 on the horizontal bar. Switzerland, 40.133 on the high bar. They go to floor next. .5 Zhang Boheng. So that is slightly better than Lan Xingyu. Song. Oh goodness me, here's Lopez, is not landed fully. He takes a stumble backwards, a fall backwards, and that is going to really impact Song from an all-around point of view. He was already the third of the three of them. Now to Ilyas Azizov of Kazakhstan on the parallel bars. Competed on the parallel bars at World Cup level this year. There's some quite interesting work going on. Good performance, Ilyas Azizov of the Kazakh Academy of Sport and Tourism, a university that has trained almost 20,000 undergraduates in its time. They've had a lot of investment in their facilities of late. 13.533 Shetsong. From the team perspective, it's not of any great consequence. They're not going to count it. 43.533 for the Chinese in that rotation. It's going to extend their lead. And look back at Ilyas Azizov. Shibek. Yes, Shibek before this scored 13.033. Still 2 to go for Kazakhstan on the parallel bars. It's been, I think, a slightly delayed start to the parallel bars rotation. And after this, just 2 rotations remain in subdivision 3 of 4. You're watching the men's team final at the World University Games in Chengdu. 12.733, Ilyas Azizov. Kazakhstan's Milad Karimi. Scored 14.233 on vault in the previous rotation. He gets good height in the somersault. And good travel in the Bavzar. And smoothness in the tipelts, so going quite well. Just had to strengthen the back after the Diamidov. Quite impressive there from Milad Karimi, how he managed to hold that handstand position. Looked as though there was a danger of an overarch, but he was vigilant. Who of the impressive gymnasts that we're seeing on show today is going to make it into that all-around final? It's only 18 strong compared to 24 at the World Championships. Next it will be horizontal bar for Milad Karimi, where he had a great experience in Napoli, winning the silver medal in the apparatus final. Now helping Dmitry Patinin prep the apparatus. .266. Milad Karimi of Kazakhstan. In terms of the parallel bar scores, that is the best that we've seen. Dominic Tamzel now in second position ahead of Nicolau Mir. So that's the top three in parallel bars qualification. It's the last performance of rotation number 4. Dmitry Patinin of Kazakhstan on the parallel bars. Won his first continental or world level honours at the Asian Championships in Singapore, that team bronze. Was rapid coming out of the tip hilt. Quickly up into handstand. Had some moments that were a little shaky, and that led to a complicated landing for Dmitry Patinin. .733 from Azizov, 14.266 from Karimi. And then before that, the 13.033 for Dias Toishbek.
第4轮比赛结束，请轮换项目。
The fourth round competition is concluded. Please proceed with the rotation events.
That is it for rotation number 4. 2 to go. And we'll bring you the standings just as soon as this score is in for Dmitry Patinin. I can tell you though provisionally that Zhang Boheng is now the best performer of the 3 Chinese gymnasts, but by literally the narrowest of margins over Lan Xingyu. We'll come back to that in a moment after we've had a look at Dominic Tamzel. This was the best performance by the Swiss on a horizontal bar. Worth watching again, it was well controlled. Powerful Coleman from Tamzel, the 23-year-old. And then the Kovac had enormous height. It was a very high octane move. Same for his straddle Kachev as well. Impressive from Dominic Tamzel, 13.6. Fifth best performance on the horizontal bar, but in many ways you could call it the fourth best because Josh Carnes of the USA, who's above him, is already 2 per country out. Also a chance to look at some of the work of the Austrian gymnasts on vault. Ricardo Rudi, first time we've seen him, his score was 13.766 and a 12.733 for Dmitry Patinin. What does all of that mean? Well, the People's Republic of China well ahead of the USA, Switzerland in third place, about 2.5 behind the United States of America. Austria on the parallel bars. Uzbekistan will take to the horizontal bar. We'll have the Swiss on floor. Samir Sahani of the Swiss Federal Institute of Sports starts nicely. Positive opening performance from Saha Sahani. Younger brother by 3 years of Taha. Nice opening tumbling pass that had absolute control. I think he's a very good reacquisition for the national team. It's been enjoyable seeing him competing at World Cup events. He seems to add a lot to the team in terms of general morale too. He's a likeable chap. .033. Now to Tim Randiger. He's an undergraduate at the Fernfach Hochschule in Switzerland, the University of Applied Science. It allows people to study wherever and whenever they like. Very useful for an elite athlete. Distance learning institution. Oh, lots of height there. He had a really nasty foot injury at the latter stage of the last season, Tim Randiger, so it's great to see him come back in to the national setup this year. He's worked hard for this moment. And he's performed that nicely. A good routine from Tim Randiger. I think it means a huge amount to the man from Ossingen near Zurich to be part of this experience. I think when you've endured the sort of injury he's endured, it really feels meaningful to be back in the national colours again. Ricardo Rudi from Innsbruck University. Silver medalist at the national championships on this apparatus early this year. He is a student of architecture. Purposeful swing. Such a prestigious university, the University of Innsbruck. Great history. Some remarkable scholars have been there over the years, and some remarkable sports people too. And so many of the Austrian gymnasts are based there. It allows them to train together and to socialise together too, to foster that good team spirit that they evidently have. 13.666, well done to Tim Randiger. Rustanbek Nemetov of the Uzbek State University of Physical Culture and Sport. Many of his teammates based there. It's a natural place for the elite athletes to go. Also has 30 plus clubs and societies that you can be part of. It's a lively community. University based in Tashkent. Kachev, well performed by Nemetov. It's a proud moment for him, this. He's only recently been moved up from the reserve national team squad. And that's quite nicely done from Rustanbek Nemetov. Not from Tashkent, he's from Fergana in the far east of Uzbekistan. First release move was the Yamawaki, that distinctive, almost hopping action over the bar. Marco Pfeil on the floor for the Swiss. Oh, that's a good save, well done to him. Yes, it's a big back step, but he held it. A little loss of the leg form as he was twisting. Didn't have an easy time of things at all on horizontal bar. Just takes a few paces landing there, and I think he went out of bounds. The flag's up. Oh, goodness. Well, he's all right, and mercifully, because it was a real skid of a landing. Feet just ricocheted off the mat. 12.433, Ricardo Rudy. And that after a nice vault in the previous rotation. 12.166, the score for Rustanbek Nemetov. Uzbekistan team, just to remind you, only 3 gymnasts, so all performing everything. Let's look back at Marco Pfeil. Again, it'll be a score that the Swiss will hope not to count. And after what they've already produced, they'll be confident they won't need to. Just goes out of bounds barely, but he is out. Had a tough day, Marco Pfeil. 11.7 for Marco Pfeil, so that is the score that the Swiss will discard. Tim Randiger's 13.666, their best, then Ian Raubal 13.266, 39.965 the total score when you factor in Sahar Sahani's 13.033. Well, look who's finishing on the parallel bars. The reigning Olympic champion will be the last to go, Zhou Jingyuan. Meanwhile, Ilyas Azizov warming up his Kovac. The setting is the Dong'an Lake Sports Park multi-purpose gymnasium built for these World University Games in Chengdu, a city with massive sporting aspiration and a national team here for the People's Republic of China with dreams of making it a first ever men's team title at the World University Games. They will have to beat the absolute masters, the Japanese, who've won it 11 times and who have won it the last 3 times in a row. It's only twice the Japanese haven't won the title. There hasn't always been a men's team title. Sometimes just individual events. But China are making a very good case for ending the remarkable streak of the Japanese. They will have to wait though until the conclusion of competition today. It will be around about 9:45 Chengdu time when we know the outcome, and it's only just gone beyond 4:15. Diaz Toishibek of Kazakhstan will be their first to go on the horizontal bar. Kovac just lost his shape at the end of it. Back he goes, Diaz Toishibek. That time the Kovac is okay. It's a frustrating moment for him because he got it right the second time. The 22-year-old. But whatever happens to him here and wherever his season goes, he can end this year knowing that he's played his part in an incredible accomplishment for Kazakhstan when they won that Asian Championship team bronze medal. So few gymnasts that will ever know what it is to hold on to continental medals. So much better the Kovac the second time. Still there'll be 3 to go for Kazakhstan on the horizontal bar. .933. Diaz Toishibek. the People's Republic of China on the parallel bars. Lan Xingyu of Guangxi University. As his teammate Su Weide helps him get started. Holds the handstand well. Big difficulty. Good back somersault. An interesting routine in its construction. Different from much of what we've seen, and he really did travel in the Bavzar. Little pause in the tip out, it's very marginal. A little overstretch perhaps in the handstand, it's also very marginal. That's less marginal, quite a pronounced top forward on the landing, but it is very good from Lan Xingyu. They're going to have to be excellent on the parallel bars, China, with Japan's quality on that apparatus. Fortunately, they've got the Olympic champion to go last. But a useful beginning. If the first of the four, when you've got a score to discard, goes through pretty cleanly, then it means that you've got an aspirational score to beat rather than a score that you don't want to use. Psychologically, it can be quite different. It's a very nice attack in the Bavzar. Goes for it. It's here that he just has that small hold and then moves up into the handstand position, but it's not huge. One hop forwards. He was going, that guy's quite good on this, don't worry, we'll be fine. It's got to feel good, hasn't it, as a team, when you know you've got Zhou Jingyuan to finish off your parallel bars rotation. A little bit of a delay waiting for the score for Lan Xingyu. Could watch that all day though. Good number, 14.4. Lan Xingyu, that's the best mark that we've seen on parallel bars. So he goes into the lead in the apparatus qualification ahead of Milad Karimi. And on it goes. Shi Zong of the Nanjing Sport Institute. 15 Olympic champions have come from that university, including in artistic gymnastics and trampoline gymnastics. Frozen in time for a moment there with that lovely handstand. Very clean landing back on the rails out of the straddle somersault. Another good Bavzar in terms of its travel. And a very smooth looking tip out. That was graceful. Yes, they're looking good. They're looking very good. On the parallel bars, the Chinese, Shi Zong with another strong performance. Doing well to put behind him that disappointing vault where he just stumbled backwards out of the Kasamatsu double. It's the straddle somersault that's impressive, but also the way he goes back down and straight into his swing with so little interruption. Sometimes you get a sense of a slightly clattery landing back onto the rails, but not from him there. He's from Suzhou in Jiangsu province in the east of China. City famous for its Han Dynasty terracotta armies. They found 4,800 pieces in the burial site of Yu Wu, the third king of the Chu Kingdom. 14.666. That is a very strong score for Shi Zong. So we've just seen him go ahead of Lan Xingyu. Top two performers on the parallel bars are from the People's Republic of China. It's not out of the question we're going to get all four of them as the top four performers. Zhang Boheng is next. The all-around world champion from 2021, this hugely popular young man. He's only 23. Does have more than a flicker though in that handstand. He's got beyond it quickly. And small overarch at the back too. Other than that, everything is very steady looking. Big straddle front. And an equally big Bavsar. He was leading after the vault rotation. And that is going to help massively. Brilliant landing from Zhang Boheng. High quality conclusion to his routine. He may well be in pole position now with one rotation left. And one tremendous gymnast from China is not going to make it into the all-around final, and we're still guessing as to who it's going to be. The single rail work. Yes, there was a small reset, but the difficulty he'll get for doing that on one rail will be a good compensation. They have to be absolutely thrilled with how the day's gone, the Chinese. They've really got it right. And he has got it right. 15.4, Zhang Boheng. The best at parallel bars score. And his routine significantly a few tenths more difficult than Lan Xingyu. But that dismount playing a massive role in his high score. On the subject of high scores, here we go. This building is packed, and some people will have bought a ticket solely for this moment. The Olympic champion on the parallel bars, Zhou Jingyuan of Chengdu University. And that is the city in which he is now competing. Absolutely glorious. The exit from the straddle front somersault, the best we've seen. Oh, the Babsar. I mean, he practically headbutts the roof of the building. Tippelt is elegant, poised, polished. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. This gentleman just keeps producing incredible performances on the parallel bars. Zhou Jingyuan, and he does it in Chengdu, where he attends university. And I think he has absolutely taken the rest of the field to school with that performance. He's so delightful to watch on the parallel bars. You almost forget two things. One, how good he is on pommel horse and on rings, and two, how difficult what he's doing is. Out of the straddle position, he barely brushes the rails with his hands, coming back down and keeping the swing going. Arch at the back as he goes into that Babsar. That surely has to be the highest amplitude Babsar that we've seen all competition. And then to come out of the tuck position with that half twist of the body, to keep the feet as steady as he does. No, it is unreal. They adore this man in this country, but especially in this city. It's got to be the biggest score. How big? 15.866. And guess what? He can do better. That's what's so terrifying about Zhou Jingyuan. Beautiful performance. What a rotation from China. 45.932 on the parallel bars. That could be the crucial factor in getting them the gold medal. Uzbekistan with just one more rotation to go. They've finished on the horizontal bar. They'll go to floor next. Let's have a look at some of the action that we didn't bring you during the rotation itself. This is Milad Karimi, the silver medalist on the horizontal bar at the last World University Games. His Casina was a good opening. From there he went into the Kovac and performed it well, straight into the Coleman. How impressive from Milad Karimi. I think that is the first time that we've seen those two elements connected at these World University Games. Also connects the Kachev, straddle and pikes. And an excellent landing. It had to be the best we've seen so far. 14.8 ahead of Fred Richard. People's Republic of China well ahead of the USA now by about 12 marks. Switzerland still in third position, closing the gap on the United States of America with one rotation to go. The Swiss, however, do go to Pommelhorse for their last rotation. People's Republic of China will finish on the horizontal bar, just in case we needed to get the crowd going even more here. Austria will join the Chinese on the horizontal bar. They'll get things started. Over on floor, it will be Uzbekistan, followed by Kazakhstan. Let's just take a moment to scrutinise the state of play in the all-around qualification process. Zhang Boheng has now opened up a margin over Lan Xingyu of just over 1 mark, a full mark. And that is quite significant. Lan Xingyu, in terms of things that are significant, is 1.2 ahead of Shi Tsong. So it looks at the moment as though Shi Tsong is going to be the gentleman that misses out on a place in the all-around final, regardless of where he ultimately finishes in that top 18 by virtue of the 2 per country stipulation. It would be a shame if the Swiss were to fade now on Pommelhorse. They've been very good entertainers. Wish them the best of luck in this last rotation. Kazakhstan will be hoping to sneak ahead of them. But they will have to wait until Uzbekistan has performed. Asadbek Azamov. All of these young gymnasts are from the Uzbek State University of Physical Culture and Sport. Azamov won a bronze medal at the South Central Asian Championships on floor in Dhaka, Bangladesh, a couple of years ago. And the Uzbekistan team won the gold medal. He was the only one in that team that's here today. Not quite as tidy there as earlier on. Keeping it simple with the single layout. Both of his handstands nicely controlled. That brings to a close the qualification campaign of Asadbek Azamov of Uzbekistan, as we are now into the last rotation of subdivision number 3. Still 1 subdivision to go. And let's have a look back at the work of the 22-year-old, the oldest in the team. Made his World Cup debut earlier this year in Baku, Azerbaijan. Austria. They are on the horizontal bar. Ricardo Rudi, architect from the University of Innsbruck, also a sports soldier. Just having his fair share of difficulties though, trying to get started. Not quite right in terms of the sense of swing. Kachev doesn't have huge amplitude, but he clears it okay. was never fully in control of that dismount, unfortunately. Wry smile from Ricardo Rudy. Difficult conclusion to his competition. It's not the nicest thing when that's the last bit of work you do. Asadbek Azamov scores 13.266. It's an unusual dismount. It nearly worked. We haven't really seen him at World Challenge Cup level this year on the horizontal bar. He's been focusing on pommel horse and a little on floor, but mainly on pommel horse. Before that, the score for Martin Migic was 11.9, so that will count. 10.233 for Ricardo Rudy. They're actually all going to count anyway because only 3 are competing for Austria on this piece. Ravshan Kamiljanov of Uzbekistan finishing his day on floor. He's got a lightness of touch to his tumbling, which is nice to watch. A bit of a scrape, didn't get much clearance. Oh, and then at the end a crumpled landing. For the most part that was well performed by Ravshan Kamiljanov. Maybe a little fatigue settling in as he gets to the end of what's been a big session for him. I think there's a lot of promise in this young man from Tashkent. Certainly somebody who should be aspiring to make finals at a lot of the events that Uzbekistan take part in, like the Islamic Solidarity Games, the Continental Championships, the South Central Asian Championships and so on. .133. Shake of the head from a young man who otherwise displayed good execution. For the most part today, displayed really good execution. The Swiss on pommel horse. So far they've had a 12.8 from Tim Randiger and a 12.733 from Ian Raubal. So it will be interesting to see if Kazakhstan can go beyond them in the standings, considering they're finishing on floor and they've got the likes of Milad Karimi and Dimitri Patinin. Crowd loving the opportunity to just take a moment to get away from their home team, who are leading the way and who really made it tough for Japan. It's interesting psychologically, isn't it, whether the Japanese will want to know about that. They don't care about the score they've got to beat. Dominik Tamsel of Switzerland on the pommel horse. National champion last year. But he's in trouble and the Swiss are just starting to fade away. A tough moment for Dominik Tamsel, who otherwise, apart from that loss of form and connection with the apparatus, was looking good. But it means that there's a strong chance of Sahasahani's score counting. And there is a chance of Kazakhstan changing the leaderboard. Helps, doesn't it, if you're Kazakhstan, that you've got Nariman Kurbanov to call upon when you go to pommel horse. Sort of luxury that other nations don't have. And they've got some big scorers on floor as well. So it's going to be an interesting conclusion to this subdivision when it comes to Switzerland and Kazakhstan.
Now the athletes from the People's Republic of China are at horizontal line, and the athletes from Kazakhstan are at floor exercise.
And that brings to a close the Swiss campaign, which has had some very good moments. They started so nicely on rings and vault. China getting ready to take to the horizontal bar to provide a spectacular conclusion to this, the sixth and final rotation of Subdivision 3 of the men's team final and individual qualification at the Dong'an Lake Sports Park multi-purpose gymnasium. 12.966, Dominik Tamsel. It is actually the best score that the Swiss have produced, courtesy of the difficulty. Schertzong going through his last moments of warm-up. The last to go will be Zhang Boheng. And at the end of all of this, I will update you on the all-around implications too, not just the team standings. And if you haven't been following the broadcast the whole way through, just to let you know, there's one more subdivision to come, and it will get underway in about 90 minutes time from now. Chinese Taipei, Japan, the reigning champions, Republic of Korea, Italy, Germany, Australia. It's going to be a very enjoyable last subdivision and a very tense one. And if that's not enough, tomorrow we bring you the women's team final. All three subdivisions taking place in one day. The first one will get underway at 10 AM Chengdu time. And it will finish around about 9:30 PM Chengdu time. And the day after that, in 2 days' time, it's a bumper dose of all-around finals, both of them in one day. Here is Lan Xingyu of Guangxi University and the People's Republic of China on the horizontal bar to conclude his qualification campaign, but also to get underway China's last rotation in their bid for team gold, their first ever team gold at the World University Games in men's competition. Based on the way the crowd's reacting so far, the roof's going to come off this place when he does a release move. Nice straight Kachev. Straddle Kachev. Pike Kachev. There we go, the connection. That's an excellent landing. Doesn't he hold that well? Beautiful start from the People's Republic of China, and Lan Xingyu will we be seeing him in the all-around competition? It certainly seems we're going to see him on the podium, but in what position? There's no question the Chinese will be leading going into the very last rotation, or the very last subdivision I should say. Milad Karimi, the best performer that we've seen so far on the horizontal bar, with a lot more difficulty than Lan. 13.366 though is a good beginning. Japan will have some big difficulty on that apparatus. Su Weide of Beijing Sports University. Is impressive, but he does lose his form coming out of it. And the Coleman as well. Some big release work and some tidy close control as well. Yeah, that's... Oh, no. Seemed almost done. It is going to be very interesting to look at the score there, because moments of that routine were just lovely. And other moments were quite wayward. Just as he was coming to the end of that highly impressive sequence, working close to the bar, the body position went. His reaction, one of real frustration. To put in that full twist, it's so difficult. The break in form though is costly. Nonetheless, it sets him apart from anything we've seen so far, the addition of a full twist. Here it just went on and on and on and looked stylish and beautiful, and then he couldn't quite get to handstand fully. We've just seen a high execution, low difficulty score from Lan Xingyu. Su Weide, one imagines slightly the opposite. There we go. 13.866. It is better than we saw from Lan by half a mark, but the execution for Lan was 0.9 stronger. Shutsong of the Nanjing Sport Institute trying to avoid being priced out of the market when it comes to the all-around final. But more significantly for him, trying to deliver the sort of performance that gets the People's Republic of China their team gold. Got a massive swing here. If he can keep this under control, he can do with the Casino. Such a good way to build difficulty, very impressive, and then into the Stolder work right at the end. That's so impressive, wow! Shutsong, if he is going to miss out on the all-round final, he misses out with dignity and with style, and by really going for it. Hugely bold gymnastics. And it will bring China closer to that gold medal that they are desperate for here in Chengdu at their home World University Games. He really attacked the swing going into the Casino. Wondered if he was going to judge it right. But it turns out it was never in doubt. This is so nice though. Effortless rolling motion of the shoulders. And then to bring out such a nicely performed Stolder. Great landing, great reaction. Great session for the Chinese. What a performance from Shutsong. How high is the score going to be? Lan Xingyu is the leader at the moment in all-around qualification over Fred Richard by about 2 marks. So there's a battle now between the 3 Chinese to avoid being the third of them. But they're working as a team for now to try to get the gold. He's done it! He's gone into the lead! 15.2! A 9 for execution, and Shutsong has completely transformed the way that the all-around picture is looking. He now is ahead of Lan Xingyu, and Zhang Boheng has got a lot to do. This is the last performance from Zhang Boheng in terms of the team final and the all-around qualification. He should be okay to fairly comfortably get into the all-around final as long as he stays on, which he's doing with some big work. Oh, that was a little nervy. But a great performance from Zhang Boheng. He had his difficulties on pommel horse, but he's fine now, absolutely fine. And he is going to be dreaming of the all-around title at the World University Games as they start to dream of the team gold medal in Chengdu. Shi Tsong, Lan Xingyu, the top two at the moment. Fred Richard of the USA in third place. Let's just take a break from that part of the competition and enjoy some work from Kazakhstan on floor. Milad Karimi of the Kazakh Academy of Sport and Tourism, teacher, and hoping to make his place firmly secured now in the all-round final, so he doesn't have too anxious a wait. He's looking good here. This is very good from Karimi. Just got to keep this going. That's a good finish from Milad Karimi on floor. The 24-year-old from Almaty, the Olympian. And he's given everything. Big anxious wait for all of the Chinese gymnasts. It's easily good enough, 15.233. Zhang Boheng is into the lead. Shi Tsong in second place. Lan Xingyu in third position. So poor old Lan Xingyu, despite being the third best in the all-around, is not going to go to the final. And the People's Republic of China comfortably in the lead. 44.299 on the horizontal bar, 262.594 their team total. About 16 better than the USA. That gives you a sense of where we are compared to yesterday. And now Japan to come in the next subdivision. But they've had fantastic entertainment from a very impressive Chinese team. There's no question the priority has been the team event for China. If they win that, everything else will be an absolute bonus. Now, what about him? What about Milad Karimi? .666, the best score that we've seen on floor. That's a very good rotation for Kazakhstan, because Dmitry Patinin, who I mentioned earlier, picked up a 14. So Kazakhstan first and third best on floor, and that has meant a change for them in the leaderboard. They've gone above the Swiss, who drop into fourth position. And they unfortunately ended with their weakest rotation on the pommel horse, but they've had a thoroughly good time nonetheless. And the Austrians, competition completed for them in 8th position at the moment. And now for China, it's just a case of watching and waiting. They can rest and get ready for the all-around competitions in a couple of days' time. Uzbekistan in 10th place. We have got many more teams to come, including the reigning World University Games champions, Japan, but they have got a very tough job. Japan, it's not going to be easy. It never was likely to be easy, considering the enormous quality of this Chinese side. Japan will be required to produce something in excess of 43.76. We are at the end of Subdivision 3. The People's Republic of China are the ones to beat. Japan will be turning up in just about an hour and 15 minutes time to have a go at it, with the USA and Kazakhstan in third place. Great finish from Kazakhstan. The People's Republic of China also have the top 3 performers in all-around qualification. Lang Xingyu will miss out. Milad Karimi, the best of the rest. More to come, much more to come, and we'll see you in an hour and 15 minutes time.
The first two rounds of competition has concluded.